Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Mardia. I'm a student of Sheikh Yusuf Islamic University, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, English Education Study Program. Today I will present the extensive reading course material entitled The Effectiveness of Learning English Vocabulary Through Quizziz Games Application by Naimah from State Islamic University, Sunan Kalijaga, Yogyakarta. Learning English is very likely to be the main subject. Based on global data from the Statista survey, in 2021 there will be 1.35 billion people around the world who speak English as a native language or as a second language. AMS Era 2022. In addition, Scarino and Lidico, Yuhendra 2018, explained that language is not just something to learn but also a way to see, understand, and communicate with the world. Humans use language to communicate. Even introverted learners need to learn English speaking skills to communicate well in English and facilitate the learning of other skills. Amalia and Husna 2020. Learning a second language or a new language requires using words, rules, and language skill. This understanding will make it easier to communicate. Therefore, it is essential to prepare students to master English. To provide more superficial knowledge to students, educators must provide appropriate strategies to make students interested in learning English vocabularies. The table of contents are problem of research, aim of research, literature reviews, research methods, result and discussion, and the last is conclusion. Problem of research. There are three problems of research. The first is, what are the challenges faced by students in learning English? The second is, what is the importance of vocabulary in learning English? And the third is, what are the effects of learning English vocabulary through the Quizziz game application? The next is aim of research. The first is challenges that's faced by students in learning English that prevent them from developing language skill. For skills such as reading, writing, speaking, and listening. The second aim is the importance is with a proper and satisfying vocabulary, an individual can successfully convey and communicate his thoughts orally and record it in written form. The last aim of research is to improve students' skill in vocabulary learning and so to increase students' learning motivation by using the Quizziz games application. The next is literature reviews. In this research, several related research findings have been used as reference material in recent decades. The results indicate that learning English vocabulary through Quizziz application has helped them develop their vocabulary and appreciate the meanings of several different sources. Students' practices with expressing their learning also help them develop their speaking skills significantly in relation to improving vocabulary, pronunciation, writing, and listening. The next is research method. The study was conducted using an explorative qualitative approach to formulate problems for investigation from an operational point of view. Tajung and Mulyani 2021. The researcher observed and studied qualitative data. The data analysis is carried out inductively to find meaningful final result to answer the urgent problems in this research. The next is result and discussion. There are so many things that need to be improved in the development of the 2013 curriculum, especially for learning English. results of the examination obtained by the researcher regarding the feasibility of implementing the Quizziz application for learning. It was very considered very feasible. The Quizziz application is one learning media that support the coherence, the learning and teaching exercises during a pandemic. In addition to learning vocabulary, the teacher can use the Quizziz application and can also be used for teaching subjects to TOEFL questions. Quizziz application is beneficial for situations in understanding the findings that have been studied. Access is like a game and a straightforward presentation makes students feel interested and can easily understand the vocabulary taught. Then, at the time, the feasibility of using the Quizziz application was also inseparable from the client's goals, that not all age groups are successful in using this application. Therefore, this Quizziz application can be used and adapted to the age and ability of students depending on the level of difficulty of the questions available. This age group indicates that the questions contained in the Quizziz application should be changed according to the student's level of ability and understanding, because some questions may not make sense to other age groups. Experiments on the effectiveness of the Quizziz application, Permana and Permatawati 2020, can provide direct feedback and structured assignments. Students also show positive opinions and enjoy this application because it can arouse interest in learning, and it is fun and motivates them to study better. First, obstacles can damage the learning system. One of them relates to the use of monikers during the game. Usually, students will use names that are not real names or aliases. This will confuse the teacher about their identity, and they can also use this to repeat the game and improve results. Therefore, the trainer will ask students to think of their names and not use pen names to overcome this. Another obstacle in using the Quizziz application is the problem of signs that are not enforced. Usually, not all individuals have good sense when learning occurs and the game begins. This will prevent them from starting the game. Students who have good signals will want to enter the game quickly and start answering the question quickly, while students who do not have good signals will be late to enter the game, and of course, they're also late to start helpful. Of course, they are also late to start answering questions. An accident like this will make the homeroom atmosphere less helpful because they complain and grip the lab. Another obstacle is implementing this task. Usually, students do not work alone in answering questions. Some students will ask their parents who have to answer the questions in the game. This will make the score obtained impure and show signs of being untrustworthy and unsupported main life. Based on the clarification above, it tends to be felt that perhaps the most severe problem in using this application is design, because your students may think that it is difficult to assume that their marks are inadequate. Another thing was the difficulty of controlling the students, because some students have cut equations, but because many of the answers are not correct, they can easily reaccess the questions after they get the maximum results. Learning outcomes can be achieved in numbers or scores after being given a learning outcome test towards the end of each example. Dimyati and Mujono 2015. The value obtained by students will be a reference in seeing the authority of students or students to get learning materials, while learning outcomes are various meetings obtained by students or students covering the intellectual, emotional, and physicomotor fields. Indeed, learning is about mastering the theoretical ideas of subject and about dominating tentacles and insights, pleasures and interests, talents, other abilities, standards, and expectations. Glasses conclusion, one of media that can create an interesting studying climate, but does not reduce students' understanding of material and can expand their inspiration in vocabulary learning is games. Internet games or games can deliver learning materials to students, especially the Quizziz application. With this Quizziz application, educators can make assessments more precisely and without obstacles. The advantages of these Quizziz applications are that it is from other applications. However, this can be endured assuming the instructor can focus on the requirements, shortcomings, and differences in student abilities. Okay, maybe I'm clear my presentation today. Thank you for your good attention, especially for my beloved lecturer, Mrs. Harry Nuraini, SPD MPD. Adalah saya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.